In the 5th year of my engagement with Emma, she secretly held a wedding with another man. When I arrived, they were passionately kissing amid the cheers of everyone. Seeing me, Emma laughed and said she just wanted a wedding. Don't worry, they wouldn't register for a marriage certificate. I didn't say a word, just turned around and left calmly. She thought I was fuming until another rich miss sent a picture of our marriage certificate, which shocked her. In spite of the heavy rain, Emma knocked on my door almost madly. When I opened it with a scornful smile, I told her, "Don't worry. I just got a marriage certificate, and I haven't had a wedding yet." As Ava descended the stairs in a black strapless dress, she hugged me from behind and asked, "So what's our relationship?" This was a lively wedding. The spectators were screaming for the couple to kiss. The man in the suit was shyly extending his hand, and Emma wrapped her arms around his neck, starting to kiss him deeply. I was watching them with Sarah when Emma's sister turned her head, saw me, and shouted in a panic, "Brother-in-law!" The next second, the once lively atmosphere became instantly quiet. I went to Emma. The groom tried to escape in confusion, but had nowhere to go. Emma showed no shame on her face from being caught by her fiancé. "Makoto insisted on marrying me," she said. "Don't worry, we didn't get a marriage certificate. My husband can only be you." Emma and I had grown up together since childhood. We got engaged after graduation under the arrangement of our parents. She was a well-known, promiscuous woman, always changing boyfriends, which made me feel ashamed. I looked at her calmly, took a square ring box out of my bag, and said, "This is the ring your family gave when we got engaged. I'm giving it back to you." Emma took it, laughed scornfully, and asked, "Did you take out the ring this time just to make me apologize?" I saw disbelief in her eyes. "From today on, our engagement is null and void, and we have nothing to do with each other," I said. Emma immediately grew angry. "Jorge, say it again." Her sister felt things were spiraling out of control and quickly interjected, "Brother-in-law, please don't be angry. This wedding is fake. The real one my sister will marry in is definitely with you." I didn't say a word, just turned around and left. "Sis, you better go after him," her sister urged. Emma replied calmly, "No need. He's done this before. He'll be back in a few days. But you've never gone this far. As long as he's a man, he won't accept the person he loves getting married to someone else. I advise you to check on him." Emma glanced toward the door, her beautiful eyebrow slightly squinted as if deep in thought. Makoto suddenly pulled her clothes. "Can I see the ring?" After leaving the wedding scene, I called my friend Martin and asked him to meet at a bar. When he arrived, he saw I'd already downed 2 bottles of red wine. "What happened? Did you quarrel with Emma again? Did she find a celebrity or a male college student this time?" he asked. Hearing this, my heart ached like a needle piercing back and forth. "She got married today," I said. After listening to the whole story, Martin said angrily, "You should have broken up with her long ago. I told you she's not a good woman. Don't worry, I'll introduce you to a new, better girlfriend." I went to the restroom. In the corridor, a woman in a dark professional skirt, out of place in the bar, leaned against the wall, her fair fingers holding a cigarette. It seemed hard to strike up a conversation, but perhaps she noticed me looking. She frowned and looked over. It was Anna. "Why are you here?" I walked over. "President Anna, could I borrow a cigarette?" She arched her brows. "Didn't you quit smoking after getting together with Emma? Aren't you afraid she'll find out?" I didn't respond. She leaned closer, saying in an annoying tone, "I heard she had a wedding with another man today. Did you break up with her?" I took the cigarette and lighter she handed me, lit it skillfully, exhaled a puff, and half-jokingly said, "Anna, are you coming to my place tonight?" Our eyes met. The words between adults were clear. Anna pinched out her cigarette and giggled. I suddenly remembered she wasn't the casual type. Before I could explain, she agreed. As soon as I used my fingerprint to open my door, I pressed her against it. The next second, I cupped the back of her head and started kissing her. "Anna, you're too wild. Bite gently," she said, furrowing her brows slightly. "Could you stop talking? What you should do is make me speechless." A whole night of madness ravaged until my voice was hoarse, stopping only when my phone rang in the morning. I leaned on the bed contentedly, reaching out to search for it. There was a giggle beside me. Anna found the phone. When she saw it was a call from Emma, her face turned unsightly. She handed me the phone, and I answered. Emma laughed casually. "Didn't you say we had nothing to do with each other? Yesterday, It's not even been a day, and you went to talk bad about Makoto to my father. Who went to see your father? Are you crazy? Early in the morning, what are you doing at my place? The moment I opened my mouth, my husky voice caught her attention. Do you have a cold? She asked suspiciously. I smiled. What do you think? She realized the meaning and suddenly raised her voice. Where are you? Who are you with right now? President Liu? We're not related anymore. Where I am and who I'm with is none of your business. I hung up, not wanting to talk to her. In the bar, Emma looked unhappy. Her sister asked, Did Jorge hang up on you? He's not really going to dissolve the engagement, is he? Several assistants disagreed. How is that possible? This is just his old trick to threaten Emma. If he really wanted to dissolve it, could he bear to? You can tell he's pretending to be with another woman to make you jealous, wanting you to surrender first. If you apologize now, you lose. Everyone laughed, and Emma's face improved. My good mood was ruined by the call. I frowned, and Ava said, What's so good about Emma? She maintained improper relations with various men before marriage, and she's unlikely to be faithful after. She doesn't deserve you. I looked up questioningly. Anna picked up the cigarette box from the bedside table, knocked one out, and gave it to me. Her expression turned serious. If we talk about marriage alliances, our family is no worse than theirs. What are you trying to say? I asked. I know you've always wanted that project in the East District, but it won't be easy alone. If we get married and collaborate, it will be much easier. I was fully awake. With their family's capabilities, they could nab it alone. Why collaborate with me? Perhaps because you did a great job last night, and I'm very satisfied, she said with a grin, as if she'd plotted a scheme successfully. I laughed lightly, pondered, then stretched out my right hand, looking forward to our collaboration. 40 minutes later, Anna and I walked out of the marriage registration department. Holding the marriage certificate, I still felt like I was dreaming. Let's go meet the client now, she said, tying up her hair with a smile. For our honeymoon, we changed into diving gear and submerged in the azure sea, experiencing its mystery and beauty. Surrounding us were beautiful corals and schools of fish we could touch. Anna gestured for me to follow her. Diving to a certain depth and looking up was like gazing at a starry sky. On shore, staff told me my phone had been ringing nonstop. I checked, dozens of unread messages. Hello, Mr. Jorge. This is the manager of the suit shop. When would you be free to try on the suit? Hello, Mr. Jorge. I am the person in charge of the wedding planning. What kind of flowers do you like? Hello, Mr. Jorge. Miss Liu has ordered a diamond ring from our shop. When would you be free to try it on? Suits, flowers, rings. The more I read, the more confused I got. Had my number been leaked? Just then, my phone rang again. Emma, where have you been? I've called so many times, and you won't pick up. Your company said you took a month's leave, she demanded. Where I go has nothing to do with you. Don't forget, we've broken up. Emma didn't care, laughing instead. Aren't you just angry because I organized a wedding for Makoto? I'll organize one for you too. You should have received messages and calls. See what you like and tell them. They'll arrange everything. Are you mentally ill? I yelled. Even though I couldn't see her expression, I could imagine it. Or, hey, you want to break up with me over a wedding, and now I'm agreeing to hold another one. What more do you want? I tell you, this is the only chance. If you don't want to get married, then never get married. Emma was always like this. If she apologized and you didn't accept immediately, you were unreasonable. You're crazy. We have broken up. Don't call me again. Marry whoever you want. Emma was so angry she couldn't speak. Poor thing. Hey, I gave you a chance. This is your own refusal. Don't regret it. Ava changed her clothes and asked, Was that Emma? I inhaled. She thought I was upset about a wedding, so she wants to hold one with me. How did I ever fall for her? Ava smiled and said nothing. In the following month, we went to Iceland to see blue ice caves and took a hot air balloon ride in Turkey. The day I returned, Mark invited me for drinks at a KTV. I glanced at the fading bite marks on my neck from the night before with Anna, grabbed a jacket from the wardrobe, and put it on. As soon as he sat down, Mark downed 2 shots, spewing angrily. Damn it, Emma is absolutely mad. She hired all the electronic screens on every skyscraper in the capital, got a list of celebrities to record birthday greetings for that Makoto, and wants it broadcast repetitively for a month. Cupping my glass, I replied, I'm already married. He didn't believe me until he saw the certificate. Anna, how did you end up with her? Not that I need to ask. Emma isn't even comparable. I really want to see her reaction when she finds out about your marriage with Anna. His anger dissipated, and he cheered. This calls for a celebration. My treat tonight. Martin was a poor drinker, and after a few drinks, he was dizzy. I put down my glass. You just behave, Van. Stay here. I'll step out and order some tea to sober you up. In the corridor, I ran into Liliana. She ran up fraternally. Brother-in-law, you're here. My sister is in room 6. I have nothing to do with Emma now. Just call me by my name in the future. You guys have fun, I replied. Liliana thought I was holding a grudge. My sister Emma did go too far this time. Just give her a chance to apologize in person. We're in room 6. Be sure to come over. On my way back, I passed room 6. Through the gap in the door, I heard a familiar voice. Emma was lazily leaning on the sofa, with Makoto pouring wine for her. Liliana said, Sis, I just saw brother-in-law outside. He definitely still loves you. I didn't expect Jorge to resist contacting you for so long. Another friend of Emma's chimed in. Just a month. It must be because he heard about Emma planning another man's birthday. He's just concerned. Emma said coldly. Who let him come? We're already broken up. Enough. Isn't this the first time Jorge hasn't contacted you for so long? Yes, Sister Emma. I think you better send Makoto away swiftly in case brother-in-law gets angry again. At this, Emma glanced at Makoto, who lowered his head weakly. Willow, today is my birthday. I took off my jacket and pushed the door open. Everyone's gaze turned to me. The love bites on my neck were obvious, even in the bar's dim lighting. Emma saw them and immediately stood up, squinting. What's that on your neck? Thinking of the nights Marcana intentionally left them, I laughed. It's a love bite. Emma slammed her wine glass on the table, eyes blazing. Who did this? Jorge, you've really been finding women behind my back. How? Who did it has nothing to do with you, Emma. A qualified ex should be as quiet as a dead person, offering no opinion. She smirked. David, if I ever contact you again, I'm a dog. When I returned to my room, James had sobered up after his tea and asked, Why did you take so long? I almost went looking for you. I brushed off the matter. Just handled some business. Otherwise, there'd always be flies buzzing around, irritating. We'd both drunk too much, so we called a designated driver to take us home. It wasn't long before the male college student who married Emma graduated and entered the entertainment industry. After a small achievement, he even hired people to slander my reputation online. Lisa was different. With Kevin, she'd been willing to hold a wedding and even gifted him a luxury car. The shameless person is the one who isn't loved but insists on obstructing the love between two sincere people, she said. The assistant asked, President David, should we guide public opinion a bit? Find some negative news about Bruce O. and inform the journalists, I said. Then notify our cooperating media companies not to work with him. Okay, President David. I'll do it right away. What if President Taylor helps him? Don't worry about her. Just complete the tasks I assign. An hour later, netizens began to curse. You're a villain who intrudes on others' feelings. Sneaking around is one thing, but how dare you openly provoke the original partner? I was in the same class as Kevin. He looked honest, but actually, he bullied me in school because he was rich. I have burned scars on my arm from him. I'm Kevin's assistant. There was a scene requiring something underwater. He thought the water was too dirty and demanded workers change the entire lake to pure water. I think the most hateful person is Emma, changing boyfriends every few days. Such women are so disgusting. Aren't you going to answer your boyfriend's call? He's nearly being condemned to death by netizens. Emma didn't respond to Olivia's query. Instead, she asked, Has David called any of you these past few days? No. Everyone around her chorused swiftly. Olivia pressed. Are you purposefully making Kevin a celebrity to piss off David? I don't think you'll succeed. Your relationship with Kevin is public, and David hasn't called you because of it. If you truly want to be with David, apologize and call him. What if someone else gets to him first? Well, he can do as he pleases. If he wants to break up, fine. I don't need him as a boyfriend. That night, I got a message from James. That's right. I forgot to mention the other night. There's a rumor going around in the circle that Amy likes women. It can't be true, can it? I got a strange kick out of reading that message. Just as I was about to reply, a voice sounded from next to me. I like women. I looked into Amy's puzzled eyes, at a loss for words. She said, Then, Let's see tonight whether I like men or women. By the time I came to my senses, I was already lured into bed by Amy. I don't know if it was because of the alcohol, but I found Amy exceptionally beautiful today. At the peak of sensation, she propped up her body and bit my shoulder. Outside the window, the heavy rain fell like a waterfall. Inside the room, the heat of love spread like flames. After a round, the cell phone on the bedside table kept ringing. Amy picked it up and had a look, then asked, "It's Emma. Do you want to answer it?" I shook my head no. "David, she's sticking to you like chewing gum." "It makes me uncomfortable," I said. "Then you pick up the call." I don't know if it was my illusion, but I seemed to sense a look of triumphant strategy in her. Just as the call was answered, Emma's drunken voice came from the other end. "David, I've drunk too much. Come, man, pick me up. Why are you not caring about me anymore?" Amy sarcastically said, "It's me." The other side of the phone was quiet for a few seconds. Then I heard Emma angrily shouting, "Amy, do you have no shame? You actually ruined our relationship. You are the third party in our relationship. No, we are legally married. On the contrary, I have to ask you, what are you calling my husband for in the middle of the night?" "Impossible," she screamed in fear. "David, will you come, man, pick me up? Can we make up?" I took over the phone and said, "Emma, my wife has already made it very clear to you that you are just my ex." Amy held me satisfactorily and planted a kiss on my face. Without giving Emma a chance to speak, I hung up the phone directly. On the other side in the bar, Emma sat there after the call. The assistants and followers around her tried to console her. "I think this time David is really not going to come back. Actually, you can't blame him. You've really gone too far these past years. If I were David, I would have left you long ago. Just let it go anyway. You don't like David at all." Without saying a word, Emma picked up the car keys and left. No one around her could catch up. She can't drive after drinking. What to do? She's out of sight. "David, I want to announce our relationship and post it on social media," said Amy. At this moment, Amy was highly attractive, a complete contrast to her usual self. I unconsciously nodded. Just 1 minute after posting, there were many congratulations. "You finally succeeded. Does David know you have liked him for so many years? Oh my God, isn't this guy Emma's fiancé? What's going on?" Amy replied to a few comments, then happily went to the bathroom to take a bath. Hearing the urgent knocking on the door downstairs, I guessed who it was. So I took out the marriage certificate from the cabinet and wrapped myself in a bath towel before going downstairs. I opened the door with a satisfied smile on my face. Emma was soaked by the rain, whimpering, "David, I won't be like this in the future. Let's get back together." I didn't think much at that time. It's just a wedding, nothing important. I just thought it was fun, so I agreed. I leaned against the door frame and showed her the marriage certificate in my hand. "I've registered for marriage. Only the wedding is left. Make sure to attend the banquet when we have our wedding." Amy, dressed in a black sling dress, came down from upstairs and nestled in my arms. So what is our relationship?" I looked at her, then looked at Emma with a sarcastic smile and said, "You are my wife." Emma gritted her teeth and cursed. "I thought of you as my best female friend, but you are the third party between us." Amy laughed as if she had heard something funny. "How many disgusting things have you done, and aren't you aware of it? He has put up with you for 5 years. How did you trample on his feelings for you during these 5 years?" Emma stood in the rain, her eyes glassy. "David, I'm drunk. Could you send me home?" Amy cursed and slammed the door. She pinned me against the door, and outside was the sound of Emma frantically knocking on the door. "David, when are we getting married? I want a title. When you two got engaged, it was such a grand event. I want our wedding to be even better." I kissed her on the lips and said, "Okay." The next day, I received a call from Olivia. She told me that Emma had crashed into the guardrail the night before. The entire front of the car was smashed, but she was still alive and now in the hospital. "Brother-in-law, I'm sorry, David. Can you come and see her? She isn't eating or drinking and isn't cooperating with the doctors to take her medication. She insists on seeing you. How many phone numbers do you have?" I asked. Olivia blurted out, "Just this one." I hung up the call and immediately blocked her phone number. Emma got into trouble and didn't find her parents or her current boyfriend, but sought me, her already married ex-fiancé. Olivia showed her phone to her sister. "David really doesn't want you anymore. He even blocked my number. Now, Emma stared at the chat box and couldn't say a word. Later, she left the hospital when no one was around. One day, I went back to the apartment to get documents and saw Emma sitting in the flower bed downstairs of the community, wearing her hospital gown. She saw me and walked over cautiously and called out, "David." I tiredly answered, "What do you want to do?" Perhaps due to her illness, she looked a bit weak and said, "Amy did it on purpose. She had her eyes on you a long time ago. She wanted us to break up, and then she became the third person. Do you remember? When we were in school, someone put a love letter in your bag, and you were very angry. That person was Amy." "What?" "During school, Amy kept her distance from everyone. Everyone only dared to quietly discuss her behind her back. No one dared to approach her for contact information. Was the love letter in my school bag actually put there by Amy? She's just jealous that we got engaged, so she deliberately framed me." "So you're saying she forced you to date Kevin? Was it her who forced you to hold a wedding ceremony?" Emma didn't know how to respond, so she changed the subject and said, "I caught a cold standing in the rain last night. I'm feeling very uncomfortable right now. Can I go upstairs to take a drink of water?" "I'm sorry, but I'm already married." I took out my phone and called her father. "All right, I'm coming over right now." Upon arrival, he angrily slapped her. "What are you still doing here? It's too embarrassing. Looking at the things you've done before, I can't even face David's parents anymore. Leave now, son. I have a few important meetings to attend to later, so I'll go ahead." "Go ahead. I will take her away immediately." I nodded politely and turned to leave. Unexpectedly, when I returned, Emma was still sitting there. She was dressed in a flimsy patient gown, attracting the gaze of passers-by. She didn't care and just stared at the entrance of the community. When she saw my car coming in, she immediately stood up. I took a deep breath. I wanted to go straight past her, but when I started walking forward, she stopped me and took out the ring box I hadn't returned. "I've never thought about giving this ring to anyone else. Can you take it back?" I smiled and opened my phone to find a self-portrait of Kevin wearing this ring. Emma quickly explained, "This was after you left that day. He said he wanted to see it, so I gave it to him. He just tried it on. I didn't want to waste time with her, so I shook off her hand and went upstairs. When Nana came back, I saw them arguing from upstairs and hurried downstairs. Emma said, "Amy, you are not a good person either. Do you dare to tell David all the things you've done? Part of the reason why I cheated was because of you, and the project in the East District was also your scheme. David, you must not be tricked by her." Amy nervously glanced at me. I took her hand and held it tightly. I also passed the wedding candy to Emma. "The 8th of next month is the day Nana and I get married. You are welcome to attend our wedding." Back in the room, Amy was still lost in thought. It was the first time I'd seen her like this. What Emma said was partly true. I knew you wanted that project in the East District, so I deliberately used it as an excuse to marry you. Her affair was also arranged by me. I found someone who fit her type and indirectly sent him to her. I'm not as good as you think. I'm very good at calculating people's hearts." I smiled and said, "I know very well what kind of person Emma is. Even without you, she would soon get tired of that lifestyle after marriage and will eventually have an affair." Amy paused and asked me, "You don't blame me?" I laughed lightly and said, "Of course not. Because I also thought it through deeply before I married you. Only children would only consider love, not reality." Amy gradually relaxed. The East District project was underway, and the preparations for my wedding with Amy were also in progress. One day, I was struggling with whether to use all chocolates for the wedding candy or to mix various types of candies when a notification popped up on my phone. "Your friend is live streaming." I clicked in curiously. Emma was kneeling on the ground in a miserable state, and I could vaguely see that the knee of her pants was torn. She took a step, knelt down, knelt one step, then said, "I'm sorry, David. This reminded me of when we first started dating." She said, "If I ever cheat one day, I'll kneel every step of the way to Lausanne." Seeing such a crazy scene, I didn't know what to say. I happily took out my phone and gave her a like. After all, there weren't many times when I could see the president of Taylor's company in such an ugly state. The audience commented one after another. "It's meaningless to show deep affection so late. What's the point of putting on this appearance when you didn't cherish when you were together? Didn't you change boyfriends every few days before?" David's current wife is much prettier than Emma, long legs and a small waist. "Have you seen her?" I imagined it myself. I looked at the woman in the video. If you really want to go up to Lashin like this, it will take at least 1 day and 1 night. More importantly, it's too embarrassing. She kept saying that she's sorry to David. Olivia called me. David, although Emma has wronged you, she's still having a fever and her body hasn't recovered yet. Can't you pity her and give her a call? You have the time to call me. Why not take a few people over there, knock her out, and take her directly to the hospital, without considering how others look at her? Emma knelt down. With every step she took, she didn't answer any calls and didn't listen to anyone's persuasion. When Olivia and others went, they could do nothing but let her proceed with it. Emma didn't make it to the top until the next evening. Exhausted, she fainted and was taken away by the doctors. When I received her father's phone call, I was discussing the wedding details with my father. I'm sorry, but I really can't face you. However, right now, Emma just wants to see you. No one else can convince her. My dad asked me to pass the phone to him. My son is getting married now, and it's not convenient to go see your daughter. How about this? I'll let my daughter-in-law go. They knew each other and were good friends before. Perhaps that might work. Emma's father sighed and said, "Oh, if Amy came, she would probably be infuriated. Let's forget about it. It won't happen. There's this. Only a more potent poison can cure a tough poison. Let's just settle on that. I'll have Amy come over in a bit." In the hospital, I was waiting outside the ward. Seeing Amy, Emma said, "Amy, I didn't expect to be trapped by you from the beginning. I fell into your trap and could never get out. Who can you blame when you can't control yourself? That's also because you set traps for me everywhere. Without you, David and I wouldn't have ended up this way." I went out for a walk, not listening to their conversation. Afterward, I don't know what Amy said to her. In the following few days, Emma did not appear in front of me. But Kevin suddenly found me. "David, can I talk to you?" His head was down, and his voice was very low. When he spoke, Kevin was silent for a long time. Just as I couldn't wait any longer and was about to stand up and leave, he finally spoke. "Miss Taylor is pregnant." I took a drink of coffee and replied, "What do you mean by coming to me, Mr. Kevin? The child in her stomach can't be mine, can it?" Kevin raised his head in surprise. "Of course the child is mine, but she doesn't want this child. Can you go persuade her? I can give up anything. I can even return everything she gave me before, as long as she is willing to give birth to this child." "Mr. Kevin, you have found the wrong person. I, your ex-fiancé, have no reason to talk to her about this. And you don't need to put on this act in front of me. You certainly know which one is more in your favor, having Emma give birth to your child or keeping what Emma had given you." Kevin suddenly knelt on the ground. "But now her heart and eyes are all on you. If it weren't for you, she might give birth to this child. All of her friends say that I'm special, and only I can make her marry me, right? She once gave me a red string bracelet, which means companionship for life. Doesn't this mean that I'm a special person to her?" I laughed because for Emma, there were too many special people. Many people had been her special person. "Mr. Kevin, if I remember correctly, many people have received the red string bracelet from her." Kevin couldn't believe it. "Impossible. You're lying to me. Everyone says that I'm the person who has spent the longest time with her. You must be lying to me. Did Emma ever promise you that she would only give this bracelet to you alone?" Kevin opened his mouth, but found that he couldn't argue. "See, she can't even be bothered to lie to you." Kevin wanted to say something else, but I interrupted him. "Mr. Kevin, I hope that in the future, you will not appear in front of me nor come to the company to find me, because we really aren't familiar. Assistant, show him out." The day of the wedding was sunny and beautiful, with friends all present. Someone said, "Congratulations. I originally thought you would marry Emma, but you ended up marrying." Martin stopped him angrily and responded, "Today is David's wedding day. Why are you talking nonsense here? I think Amy is much better than Emma." Martin had disliked Emma for a long time and didn't want to hear her name on such an occasion. Sorry, I laughed. "I wasn't paying attention. Please sit down first. The wedding is about to start." The venue was decorated in a Chinese style and was breathtaking. The wedding dress was specially made, the gown embroidered with golden phoenixes. She wore a phoenix crown on her head, and her makeup was stunning. The ceremony ended perfectly. Our families were very happy and offered all kinds of blessings. Amy had just changed into her toque suit when she saw Olivia coming over. Olivia gave me the Buddha beads that Emma had retrieved from Mount Lao. Now my sister regrets it so much. She said that if she could do it again, she would definitely cherish you. Olivia kept talking nonstop, not noticing the look on Amy's face. I laughed and separated the two. After a busy day, when we got home and lay on the bed, I helped her take off her clothes. In the bathroom, the mist blurred our eyes. Before she could react, I hopped her waistband, and kisses fell all over her.